Some big news about Axel Disasi today or yesterday when I've seen it on X. A top source stated that Axel Disasi holds the key to whether he will stay at the club permanently following his successful loan spell. The 28-year-old opted against a permanent option in his initial deal. Premier League survival would also play a part. This is from West Ham Football on X. And we know that from last month that West Ham were trying to get this deal done, of course. And Chelsea said they want 38 million initially. I don't think that we'll pay that. I don't think that Chelsea will actually kind of enforce that either. I think that the actual deal will be somewhere between 20 and 30 million. 28 years old he is, of course. So he's not this young player anymore. However, he has come in and been incredible for us. I do firmly believe that he has been one of the main reasons for our resurgence as such. Certainly one of the main reasons that Mavropanos is now the player that he is. Mavropanos' turnaround as a West Ham player has been stark, an absolute stark difference to the player that he was last season, or even at the beginning of this season. I thought that Mavropanos was done in a West Ham shirt. A lot of West Ham fans also thought he was done in a West Ham shirt, and rightly so. I think. I mean, he looked like he couldn't defend. It was mistake after mistake. It was not that far off what we're seeing from Kilman now, to be honest. It was genuinely mistake after mistake. Right now, Mavropanos looks incredible in the air. There isn't many better defenders or centre-backs in the air right now in the Premier League. If a ball goes into our box, he is winning that ball. And now he's showing, or he's turning that into attacking threat, the other end as well. So he has turned into a real cult hero at West Ham at the moment. And I firmly believe that Axel Disasi is one of the main reasons for that, because Mavropanos seems so much more comfortable, so much more confident next to him than if it was Todibo next to him or Kilman next to him. I think that the calming presence, or not even necessarily the calming presence, but the impressive performances of Disasi have helped Mavropanos so much. And Disasi in the last few weeks or month or so hasn't been quite as incredible as he was when he first came in. When he first came in, he was our best player within 3 or 4 weeks, by far. I think that he is the main reason for this resurgence, like I say. And we definitely need a centre-back in the summer. I think that is quite obvious. I mean, we've got Todibo, we've got Mavropanos, of course. Sometimes Nuno likes to play over back five, so again, we'd need another centre-back in there. But even if we play over back four, Kilman, I don't want to be too harsh on Kilman, but every time he steps on the pitch in a West Ham shirt, he genuinely makes at least one catastrophic mistake, if not more than one at times as well, to be honest. We've given him plenty of chances this season, and it's crazy because he wasn't even that bad. Like last season, he wasn't even that bad, but this season, I don't know what's happened. Partly for his sake, I just think that he can't be playing anymore. He just can't. He's shown that he is going to just make catastrophic mistake after catastrophic mistake whenever he touches the pitch for West Ham. So we definitely need a centre-back, because that leaves us with Mavropanos and Todibo. If assuming that Kilman won't be a fixture at all, and if Disasi goes back from loan, I just think it makes so much sense for us to spend our energy trying to sign him. Now, we've been linked with a few others, or we were at the end of January. I think we were linked with Victor Lindelof at one point. Maybe that was just a loan signing for January again. We have also been linked with Taylor Harwood-Bellis, of course. I think he's a very, very good centre-back from Southampton. Don't get me wrong, a very good centre-back. But I think we have to use our energy and use our money to go after Disasi at this point. Like I said, 28 years old, so he's not by any means at the end of his kind of peak. He should have at least another 3-4 years in his peak for sure. And just the performances right now, even if we were only to get 2 years out of him, that would be worth the 20 or 30 million. I'm not sure that 20 million is that likely. If he keeps performing really, really well for us, he'll only up his value, annoyingly. But he is just worth it. He is so going to be worth it. He seems to be so happy here as well. He seems to really enjoy or be enjoying his football at West Ham. He's always got a smile on his face. He seems to have really bought in to the squad, to whatever Nuno is wanting from this team. He seems to have really bought into it. And he just looks a completely different centre-back to what he's looked at Chelsea. When I had previously watched him at Chelsea, he genuinely, he looked like the Killman of Chelsea as such. He looked like he couldn't defend. He looked like he never played football before. It's crazy that that can be such a stark difference to what we're seeing now. And we've seen it with other players where they just need, they need a new environment. They need a break from whatever environment they're in. For example, Marcus Rashford, he at Man United, nothing was going right for him. You know that he's a good footballer, but nothing was going right for him. He just needed a new environment somewhere else, like Barcelona, like what we've seen from him at Barcelona. And sometimes that is what a player needs to do, because it clearly wasn't working for Disasi at Chelsea, but he's shown that he is a very, very good centre-back. And he is definitely what we should be going after. Like I say, if we can get him for a 20 to 30 million, maybe closer to 30, it sounds like potentially he would now be interested in that. And from his perspective, I don't really get why he wouldn't be interested. You'd think he would be, because he's clearly enjoying his football, like I said. And if we stay up, and that is the big question mark here, we need to stay up for this to happen. But if we stay up, then why wouldn't he want regular Premier League football? Which is what he would get. He would absolutely get regular Premier League football based on the performances he's put in this season. He would absolutely get regular Premier League football for West Ham next year. Whether we can sort out wages, I don't know how much he's on at Chelsea. That could be a bit of a problem, because I'm sure that he's probably on quite a lot at Chelsea at the moment. But you'd imagine that we would be able to pay him a reasonable amount, an amount that he would likely agree to, you'd think. So this is big news, really. Big news, because it's good that he is kind of open and wanting a deal at West Ham, because this is exactly what we need. Centre-backs and strikers have been our struggles for kind of years now, to be honest. Kind of years. So if we can get him in on a permanent deal, I still think we probably need one other centre-back at this point as well. Because if Kilman's going to go or just not be a feature, then that's still only 3 in Mavropanos, Todibo, Disasi. I still think we need one more. But that can be a younger option. That could be a Harwood Bellis. Maybe we wouldn't want to shell out the money for 2 signings, or 2 signings of that amount. But I do think we need another one. But this is good news. Let me know what you think in the comments, West Ham fans. But this seems like really good news, and hopefully we can get a deal done for Disasi. Make sure you hit like, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.